Hello everyone, I'm Hyers.
And I'm Anna Douglas, and we're here today to introduce you all to the most loving, caring, funny guy we know, our little brother, Ethan Hyers. From volunteering at Christmas events for a children's home to helping small children learn all about the ins and outs of the show ring, our brother is always there to lend a helping hand to anyone and can put a smile on anyone's face.
He has a few loves in his life. Number one, his love for the Lord. He's been in church since birth and loves to tell others about Jesus and the things that Jesus has done for him. Number two, farming. Anything to do with the farming industry, he can talk with you about it. Number three, showing his animals. This has been a passion of his since he was 11 years old. And number four, FFA. He wants everyone to know about the good things coming out of this great organization and truly encourages them to learn more about it and take part in it.
He's someone who can talk for hours on end, and you're in luck because he's about to come up and talk to you all. Without further ado, we'll turn it over to our brother, Ethan Hyers.
When it comes crashing down and it hurts inside, you gotta take a stand, it don't hurt to hide.
I have always loved baseball. Nothing beats an early morning on the mound or playing long toss with the guys every single day. Most weekends, you could catch me on the diamond over at third base. Some of my favorite memories were made playing baseball and watching MLB Network every single night. Over the years, I learned many valuable life lessons in baseball, such as going after what we want, how critical our mindset and practice are, and to stop waiting for opportunities. In baseball and in life, two of my biggest role models were my older brother Reese and Atlanta Braves legend Chipper Jones. So, to be like Reese and Chipper, I played third base. To be even more like Reese, I wore his number 13. But to be like myself, I was the slowest player on the team. While I couldn't get around the bases as quickly as my teammates did, I still found myself starting at third, just like my older brother. Now, for baseball fans, third base is known as the hot corner. A majority of batters are right-handed, so most balls are hit towards third base. Playing in the infield, we're taught to charge the ball no matter what. The ball may take a bad hop, or it might not make it all the way to you. Or as my coaches always stood there and shouted, "Don't let it eat you up, boy." There was one field that we practiced on so much that it felt like home. On this field, there was a dip in front of third that caused the ball to pop in the air every single time, and I knew this. Most of the time, I could tell what this ball was going to do as soon as it hit the dip. I was comfortable in my position until one day in a tournament in Alma when a boy hit a shot right at me. I stayed in my position and I was ready. I had been here 1,000 times. Nothing went past me. Nobody played the hot corner quite like me. This was no big deal. And pop, the ball hit the hole and came up and smacked me right in the mouth. I was bleeding and I thought I had died. I wound up having to leave the game early to go sit in the dugout. And for the rest of the day and for that next year, I became what we call gun shy. I was scared that I was going to get hurt. I stopped charging the ball and stopped putting my body in front, and it cost me my spot, and I had to move to the outfield and fight for years to get my spot back. But I realized something the day that I lost my spot. I'd gotten so comfortable with the ball coming to me instead of going to it that it cost me my spot and gave someone else my spot. How often do we get like this in our lives? How often do we wait for things that we want to come to us instead of going to it? We may be waiting for that chapter office, waiting for that first place in our CDE or our LDE that we so desperately want, or waiting for that popular guy or girl to look our way. We get comfortable in the situation that we're in. But when we stop charging after what we want, we'll never get what we want. How scary is it when the things we want the most become the same thing that causes us to sit on the bench? If we never go after that chapter office, never apply for that job, someone else will apply and they will get it. And we will simply have to sit on the bench and watch someone else live our dreams. Wherever you are in life, don't wait on the ball to come up and hit you square in the jaw. Or as my coaches always said, don't let it eat you up. But like any good athlete that wants to be successful, we have to practice how we play. These are words that I heard more times than I wanted from my coaches, as they constantly reminded me to show up early and stay late for practice. While I've heard these words 1,000 times, I saw a real-life example of this past December. I had just gotten back from a 20-hour road trip when my brother-in-law, Robert, called and asked me to come help him move a metal lathe. Robert, being the loving brother-in-law that he is, said that it only weighed 50 pounds. After we used all of our strength to move it, I jokingly said something to him, and his response was, "Well, Ethan, if I'd have told you that it was 400 pounds, you probably wouldn't have helped me." But he was right. If he'd have told me the actual weight of it, I wouldn't have helped him because I was sure that I would fail. How often do we get scared of failing that we decide to sit still? We want to practice, we want to play, but we refuse to practice. It's very obvious with guns like these pea shooters here, we could have moved it, but I would have allowed a mental blocker to stop me. But what does practicing how we play look like? It means doing your homework early so that you have extra time to prepare for that test. It means taking every CDE and LDE practice seriously and to understand that success is irrelevant without hard work. Seek new ways to improve after every single interview that you give. Give that campaign speech until you believe that it's true, or quit hitting the snooze when you could be preparing for your day. Nothing comes without hard work and dedication. Don't let a mental blocker stop you from reaching your full potential. Just because you've never done that chapter office, never done that CDE, or never been the star of the show, doesn't mean that hard work isn't worth it. When adversity comes, pick it up, put it in its place, and move forward. In the seen and the unseen, practice how you play. We've spent all this time at the home field, and we've practiced how we played, but the day is finally here, and we're in the tournament, and we're stepping into the batter's box. But what pitch do I swing at? Jose Fernandez is an expert at not waiting on his pitch. In 2011, Jose Fernandez was drafted by the Miami Marlins. Jose was a Cuban-born player that wanted to play in the U.S. so badly that he unsuccessfully escaped Cuba 3 separate times. The 4th time, he made it to Mexico and flew into Miami. Jose knew what he wanted. He didn't wait on his pitch. He swung at the pitches thrown his way over and over again and eventually turned his dreams into reality. Only when we aren't contemplate in our position and have put in the hard work will our coach put us into swing. Step in the batter's box so the event that your chapter is planning can be the best that it can be. Dig in so that your knowledge of agriculture is ever expanding. And when the ball comes, we have to swing. We can't keep putting it off till next year. We have to swing at the pitches thrown our way. Georgia FFA, we can't wait for opportunities to come to us. We can't contemplate in our position because we'll be down in the count. We can't neglect the practice that it takes to be successful because we will be down in the count. And we can't wait on our pitches because that'll be another opportunity that's missed and we will be down in the count. God has given each and every one of us a purpose long before someone formed an opinion of you. Don't let someone's opinion of you stop you from reaching your full potential, but let it motivate you to reach it. Because the faster we can see our goals, the faster we can fulfill them. Georgia FFA, it is time to go. It's time we step in the batter's box and we nail whatever's thrown our way. We're down in the count. Now let's play some ball.
Ethan, oh, how this year would have been different without you. Them vice grip hugs, entertaining stories, and that famous laugh would not be here when the team needed it most. You've always seen a positive outlook in every situation. From the Atlanta Braves to the Georgia Bulldogs, it is this team where we can truly see your passion this year. Love, Shelly, Carter, Emma, Hope, Sarah, Caitlin, and Colton. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2020-2021 South Region State Vice President, Ethan Hyers.
When it comes crashing down.